Well, we've heard that women in trades are shortening their names to appear more masculine to help them when applying for tradesperson jobs. So if you're a Christine, you could be better off having Chris on your resume. Amanda Hewer is a female tradie and also a field officer for female apprentices at South Australian Master Builders Association and joins you now. Amanda, good afternoon. Thanks for your time.
Hi, Stacey. Thanks for having me.
Unfortunately for you and I, Amanda and Stacey can't really be shortened to a man's name. Was this a surprise to you when you read this?
Unfortunately not. I've been a tradie for about 18 years now. And look, there have been some positive changes in recent years, but there's still a way to go. We really need to be encouraging diversity in this industry to change some of those traditional beliefs that women belong in the kitchen and not on the workplace.
Mm. You said you've been a tradie for 18 years, a telecommunications technician. Do you have any personal experiences of finding it difficult to find work or poor treatment at the workplace when you did get work?
Yes, I did. So once I was qualified, once I finished my apprenticeship, I started travelling around Australia. So every new job that I had, I really had to prove myself initially to be sort of accepted on site. So I'd have to work above and beyond, which I kind of believe I did anyway. But females stand out in this industry. We are a minority on site, so we have to really work harder to prove that we need to be there. Yeah.
And you said earlier we need more women in trades. There'd be some people out there thinking, why? Why do we need more women? Men are doing the job just fine.
Yeah, look, it's mad to only be utilising 50% of our potential workforce. It's counterproductive. You know, this industry is screaming for skilled workers, and increasing the gene pool is, you know, the way to achieve the targets that we really need to achieve. The more female representation now on site, the better the industry future, and the better our economy will be as well. And
don't we also have a shortage of tradies at the moment? It seems strange that you'd only want to hire half of the population.
Absolutely. Yeah, the industry is in dire need of skilled workers, so we need people to be considering apprenticeships, to be upskilling once they become qualified. Across the board, we're suffering at the moment with a skills crisis at the moment.
I was surprised to read a statistic from an organisation called Empowered Women in Trades. They point out that women are 50% of the population, but they only make up 3% of skilled trades. That's a national figure. Are we sort of similar here in South Australia, or where do we sit?
We are, yeah. That's why Master Builders at the moment have a program called Born to Build, and we have a big focus on increasing female participation. So the conversation is changing in this industry. Certainly more employers are considering female applicants. But, yeah, like I said, we've still got a way to go. There's still room to move, and 3%, you know, there's a long way to go.
That's the voice of Amanda Hewer, a female tradie and also works with the Master Builders Association here in South Australia. Amanda, I've got a little story from high school. When we were in year 10, we kind of did one term on each of our elective subjects that we could choose to study in year 11 and 12. And we did a term doing woodwork, and the next term we did a term doing home ec, where we all learnt how to make a pillow. In woodwork, we learnt how to make a drinks tray. And the boys and girls did both. But then when it got to picking the elective for year 11 and 12, we weren't allowed to pick woodwork as a woman. So we got to do it for one term, and then we were not allowed to pick it for the next 2 years of our education, which I just found really bizarre because I really enjoyed it.
That's a crisis in itself. I just feel really sad that females aren't being given the opportunity. You know, university isn't for everyone. Sitting in an office isn't everyone's cup of tea. You know, if you're practically minded, if you like an ever-changing environment, you know, then a trade opportunity might be for you, whether you're male or female. So, I don't I don't like hearing that. Fortunately, things are changing. Schools are very supportive. So I think a lot of students these days aren't having those barriers, like you mentioned. Teachers sort of know about vet pathways. They know that it's a secure future for their students and a great fit for them as well.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that there is a big push to hire more women in the industry. I guess that's part of Born to Build, something that you look after. Do you go out and give people skills, or do you just go out and educate women on becoming a tradie, and how is it received?
This is the best part about Born to Build for me. This is the best part about my job. So my colleague Chris and I head out to schools and community groups, sporting organisations, and we let people know, male and female, but yes, being a female tradie, I do have that sort of focus as well. And we let people know about all of the trade opportunities, all the different career pathways in the building and construction industry, and then we can help. So we've partnered up with training providers and training organisations around Adelaide to offer and facilitate female immersion courses. So for year 10 to 12 female students, they can come along for a week and have a bit of a taster of some different trade pathways, gain their white card ticket along the way, and really start to kind of navigate which career and which trade pathway would suit them the best.
And how's it received by the females?
So we had 2 programs running last year. Now we've got several more underway this year, and seeing the students at the start of the course and then at the end, there's just transformation. These girls have got so much more confidence. They've obviously learnt some skills on the tools. You know, they can use hand tools and power tools by the end. Yeah. They've met some like-minded women. It's been received really, really well. The teachers are seeing a big change once they come back into school, and there's a big focus on, okay, what do I do now? What's my next steps? Do I need to do a Doorways to Construction course, Cert 2 course in Year 11? How can I just set myself up to start an apprenticeship?
Yeah.
So it's been very well received.
And so that's your experience dealing with the younger women maybe wanting to get into the workforce. What about then when you go and chat to employers? What's the reception like when you say, look, we want to get more women into the workforce? Are they receptive or generally not?
There's still a way to go there. We do have, so how Born to Build works is we help people to sort of realise what pathways are out there, and we help them to get all the mandatory requirements that they need before they apply. Once they apply through borntobuild.com.au, we can send them out to referral partners who are looking for apprentices at the time in whatever trade pathway they've chosen. So we do have a lot of meetings with referral partners quite frequently. Most of our referral partners are very willing to take on male or female. If they're suited to the job, then it doesn't really matter, you know, which gender they are. Some direct employers are unfortunately still somewhat narrow-minded. We are still having conversations with them and encouraging them to receive female applications as well.
What's their hesitation?
They've said, you know, we've tried it before. You know, it's very heavy lifting what we do here. You know, we don't think the girls could keep up. Which, I mean, being a female tradie is, it's not an easy thing to hear. All we're asking for is employers give these girls a chance to prove themselves. Give them an opportunity, invest in them. You know, even if it's just work experience, you're not signing them up for 4 years. See what they can do. Let them prove themselves. Because the people that have done this have come back and said, I should have done this years ago.
Really?
They're for detail. They listen to instructions. They measure twice, cut once. You know, all the things that we tell our apprentices to do. They ask questions if they don't understand. That's a big one. Sometimes that comes down to safety. So they're willing to say, look, I didn't understand that. Can you describe it again? Can you give me a demonstration? can I draw a diagram? Is this what you mean? You know, they're punctual. They use their initiative. You know, they generally want to be good at their job.
It's funny, I shouldn't laugh, but hearing you say that just reminds me of, you know, if you're at home building some flat pack furniture and my husband just, you know, throws the instructions away and I'm going, no, and assigning all the little widgets and gadgets and different types of screws and stuff into different groups, and he just like goes for it, and inevitably we'll end up having to pull it apart and put it back together again.
That's my husband all over.
Yes.
There's always an extra screw missing at the end, and you think, oh, I don't know what's going on
It's
here.
gonna
Maybe
fall
we'll read
apart one
instructions
day.
next time. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that happens on the work site as well as at home. Good to know.
That's right.
Well, Amanda, it's been nice to chat. Kind of disheartening, but also, you know, good to see. Like you said, it's on the up and it is improving, but it seems like there's still a way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's positive. The future is looking positive in this industry for sure.